on that far side. This is awful. Lazard has run. Van der Veer made the contact. Penalty.
Another week, another instant replay presented by Cheez-It. It's week 23 time. I'm already going hoarse from all the calls we have to review. Let's get to it. We start this edition with an ugly moment courtesy of Minnesota United forward Mason Toye, who very clearly spits on Reggie Cannon in second half stoppage time of FC Dallas's 5-3 win against the Loons. Here's the deal. You spit on someone, you get a red card. Those are the laws. The 20-year-old forward apologized afterwards, and I appreciate that, but it doesn't change that this is completely unacceptable. Time to rewind real quick. This 84th minute tap-in was Brandon Servania's first goal in MLS and made it 4-3 Dallas, a lead they wouldn't lose. But is Michael Barrios offside on this ball from Paxton Pomykal? The goal stood, but it looks to me like Barrios is likely leaning in an offside position. Thing is, I'm saying likely. I can't say for sure. We just don't have the right camera angle. My gut says offside, but the rules say that doesn't make it clear and obvious, and thus the goal rightly stands. We head now to Mercedes-Benz Stadium for a clash of Eastern Conference powers, Atlanta United and New York City FC. 20th minute, ball over the top, Leandro Gonzalez-Pirez pulls down the NYCFC attacker. The visitors wanted a red card for denial of a goal-scoring opportunity. Referee Jair Marufo thought about it and said, nah, LGP got a yellow card instead. I'm with Marufo. We aren't sure this ball is going to be brought down. We don't know that it's an obvious goal-scoring opportunity, just that it might have been. Maybe it skips through to Brad Guzan. Maybe Miles Robinson gets there to defend. Lots of maybes here, no definites. Call LGP cynical, but he was probably smart to grab early. Speaking of Robinson, to the 33rd minute we go for a no-duh video review that took this goal off the board. Like Marufo, I missed the push live. But when you see Robinson shove with two hands to get the space to head this ball, it's clear that's a foul. Well done to the video assistant referee Edwin Jurasevich, Marufo, and the rest of the referee crew. I can't say the same though for this 91st minute no call. Pity Martinez gets fouled by Maxime Chanot in the box. I think that's a fact, not an opinion. Leg across, clear contact, Martinez goes down from said contact. I get that Atlanta are up 2-1. But how did this get missed live and on the check? What if NYCFC had scored? What if they tied the game? That was a clear and obvious error that should have been reviewed and a penalty awarded. If Joseph Martinez misses out on the Golden Boot or a new record by 1 goal, remember that play. Now, north we go to Audi Field to talk about Zlatan, as always. Are we hunting him? No, he just has a knack for controversial moments. How about this PK shout in the 17th minute? DC's Frederick Briant jumps into Zlatan in the box. Zlatan wants it. He's holding his head for effect, but referee Alan Kelly is not having it. I am with Kelly. There's contact here, but not nearly as much as Zlatan makes it out to be. And I don't think Briant runs through him. He just goes up for the header and Zlatan leans in. Contact doesn't always equal foul. Good no call here in my opinion. Also, a good no call from Kelly on Fabio Alvarez's equalizer for the Galaxy. Zlatan's foot is a little high here, but I think he's got every right to go for a shot. It's not dangerous. Goal stands, and I think rightfully so. All the way back to the West Coast for LAFC New York Red Bulls. I initially thought Mark-Anthony Kaye's goal in the 50th minute of LAFC's win should have stood. Referee Drew Fisher took it off the board after video review for a foul on Kaye on Sean Davis, but I thought it was incidental contact live and on my first view of the replay. I still think it's incidental, but here's the question I asked myself. Would that be a foul anywhere else on the field? You know, it probably would be. Just because Kaye didn't intend to make contact doesn't mean it wasn't made, and it doesn't mean that contact didn't take Davis down. He went down, and him going down opens up the run for the LAFC midfielder. As much as I want to stick with my original take, I think Fisher got this one right. All right, up to CenturyLink Field to talk Seattle, New England. Let's start in the 27th minute. Michael Mantien scores a goal, and then maybe he doesn't. David Gantar calls a foul immediately after the ball goes in the net. Then he talks to the video assistant referee, then he goes to the screen, then he gives the goal, and I think Gantar got it right. Ani Baba sticks his butt out just a little bit, and there might be a pick, but I don't think it's a foul. It's just normal jostling in the box, and Abdul Salam needs to stay on his feet. Good call to let this goal stand. And a good call to take this goal off the board in the 51st minute. Edgar Castillo is jacked up. It's 2-1, but no. Stefan Fry has control of this ball. Look, 2 hands on it, and Castillo kicks it out of his hand. The goal is allowed, then Gantar goes to the screen and gets it right on review. Well done. I did have a little beef, though, with this 86-minute PK call against Jordi Delem. It's 3-2 Seattle at the time, and Gantar points to the spot immediately. No check here, no review. Carles Hill makes it 3-3 from the spot, but that's not a PK for me. That is incredibly harsh. Jordi Delem's just running. He's trying to keep up. The ball is crossed. The distance, the speed. He has no time to react. It's not deliberate. It's ball to hand. I would not have called a penalty. And yet, it's probably not a clear and obvious error because it hits his hand. But come on, that is harsh. Hell is real, and Columbus and Cincinnati were in rivalry purgatory after a 2-2 draw to kick things off in Ohio. Cincy defender Michael Vanderwerf felt hard done by this 43rd minute PK call for a push on Gyasi Zardes, and I get why. It's pretty soft, but it doesn't take much contact once someone is airborne, and Vanderwerf pushes Zardes in the back to throw him off. It's not a big push, but it's enough of a push, and Vanderwerf knows what he's doing, and what he's doing is not playing the ball. Again, it is soft, but I'm fine with the PK. Zardes' point-blank miss got the headlines at the end, but the Crew could have won from the spot in the 98th minute had this handball been called. It hit Cincinnati's Caleb Stanko in the arm, no doubt about that, but it's not a penalty according to referee Silvio Petrescu, and I agree. Stanko's arm is down. He has no idea this ball is coming his way until it hits him. Good no call. Now, let's head to Children's Mercy Park for another judgment call that could have changed the result, which ended 2-1 to the visitors. Sporting KC midfielder Felipe Gutierrez goes down under this 73rd minute challenge from Real Salt Lake's Aaron Herrera. Play on is the original call from referee Fotis Bazakos, but video assistant referee Jorge Gonzalez sends Bazakos to the monitor to take a closer look. Bazakos sticks with his original call, no penalty. I see a slight touch from Herrera on the ball, he nicks it, and then contact from Herrera on Gutierrez's right foot. Is that contact enough for a PK? That's the question for me, and I think it is. Herrera definitely gets a touch on the ball, however slight, but he also clearly gets Gutierrez with his foot. That touch prevents the Chilean from getting to the ball and a second bite at the apple. Now, on to Providence Park, where the Timbers picked up a 3-1 Cascadia win against the Whitecaps. Yordi Reyna scored for Vancouver in the 57th to make it 2-2, only the goal didn't stand. VAR Kevin Terry Jr. flagged referee Ted Uncle, and the equalizer was overturned for offside. Look, I know this one is close, but man, I can't tell whether Reyna is off or not based on the angles we have. It looks like he might have been even with Tuiloma, and since that was the way it was called on the field, we need to see that it's a clear and obvious error to overturn. I haven't seen the angle that shows me that. Maybe there is one that Terry Jr. saw that we didn't. As I see it, I'd have to let the goal stand as called. We end with some quick hits first from that same game. First up, a pair of handball shouts that Timbers fans dropped in my Twitter mentions. Handballs and PKs, they said. Never in a million years, I say. Come on now. You try jumping with your arms down, then getting bumped by an attacking player. No PK for this one. There is nothing deliberate there. Same for this one on Andy Rose in the second half. He blocks the ball and it pops up. Ball to hand, never a penalty. Now, this challenge by Graham Kasia in Colorado on Jonathan Lewis, definitely a penalty. Colorado won 2-1, but it was 1-1 in the 67th minute when this play went uncalled. Kasia basically cut blocks Lewis. Contact's clear. Not sure how this one didn't get reviewed and called a PK. But hey, that's just my opinion. And that's it, folks. Since Bobby's not here, everything is obviously correct. Let us know what you think in the comments section, and we'll see you next week for another edition of Instant Replay.